We all have basic requirements that must be met in order to survive and thrive. By the end of this video, you are going to know how to build the foundations of a healthy and fulfilling lifestyle, especially if you are living with low or no income. To get straight into our basic building blocks, we are talking about things like food, water, shelter, and your overall health. Without these necessities, it would be difficult for us to function and pursue our other goals and desires. But of course, humans are complex creatures, and we have other needs and wants just beyond the basics. We also crave things like love, belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization. But the question is, which requirement humans need to prioritize first? That's what Maslow's theory of hierarchy explains, and it's going to be the topic of today's video. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a motivational theory in psychology that consists of a tiered 5-level model of basic human needs. Food, water, and clothes, and that kind of stuff, are the base of the hierarchy, followed by safety and stable employment, then a sense of belonging, then self-worth, and lastly, self-actualization. In today's video, we are only going to cover the first tier, which is physiological needs, and we will discuss how people can get through the first tier of Maslow's hierarchy. We're going to start with the basics. Maybe not everyone needs to hear this, but I am here for those of you that need to start improving yourself from the beginning. Make sure to watch the video till the end so you can foster a sense of personal growth and fulfillment for yourself. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a model that explains human motivation and personal growth. It suggests that we must first meet our physiological and safety needs before we can move on to fulfilling our higher level needs. According to this theory, there are two distinct categories of needs: deficit needs and growth needs. Deficit needs are the basic requirements that must be met first, while growth needs are what drives us to become our best selves. So while meeting our basic requirements in this first stage is certainly important, it's not enough to make us truly happy. We also need to eventually meet our higher level needs if we want to grow as people and reach our full potential. But now the question is, how can we get through the first tier? To put it simply, people can't focus on anything else until their basic needs are met. Maslow recognized that in order to progress to higher levels of need, such as safety or love, individuals must first address their basic need for survival. It is hard to care about learning new skills or moving up in your career if you can't get water, food, clothes, and a place to live. You have to give yourself an adequate amount of these things or you will struggle with all other aspects of your life. First and foremost, we need food and water to sustain our bodies. This means we need to be able to afford these basic necessities or find a place that gives them as charity. We also need shelter in order to protect ourselves from the elements and have a safe and comfortable place to live. This could be enough money for rent or buying a small home. It could be staying with friends or family or utilizing resources like homeless shelters. Which one of those options you choose is going to depend on your financial situation, but you need to get a roof over your head fast. Clothing is another important bodily need because it helps us keep our body temperature stable and keeps us safe from the outside world. You can get clothes in a few different ways. You can purchase them from a clothing store, no-brainer, obviously. Or if you are tight on cash, you can get them from a secondhand store like Goodwill. You could get them as a gift, or you could use public resources like garment banks. People also need to make sure they are getting enough sleep every night to keep their physical and mental health in good shape. Sleep is crucial. Without it, your muscles suffer, your brain and other organs suffer. It's not a good cycle. Creating a regular sleep pattern and making sure you have a comfortable place to sleep ties into the earlier point about shelter. Having access to healthcare is also very important to keep your physical health in good shape and deal with any new medical concerns as they come up. This could mean getting regular checkups, getting treatment to keep you from getting sick, and being able to get medical care when you need it. If you have trouble getting medical care because you have almost no income or you have no income at all, you can visit community health centers in your area to get free or low-cost health care. If you need help finding a way to get health care, comment on this video. I will try to reply as quickly as possible to help you out personally, or I will find someone who can. If you are low income, homeless, or going through other hard life circumstances, you may find it hard to meet these physiological needs that we have just discussed. You might not be able to get through the first tier right away, and that is okay, but remember that this is the first tier and don't try to skip it. If you feel like you haven't mastered this tier of the hierarchy, do not try to implement the tips in the later videos of this series that will be coming out. Focus on doing the baby steps right because they are going to be your foundation for the rest of your life journey. Now, once a person's physical needs are met, they can focus on making their lives safer and more secure, which is the next tier and what we will be talking about in the next video. We're going to continue this series until we cover all of the steps of Maslow's hierarchy. Feel free to ask any questions related to the video in the comments section. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.